Welcome back, everyone, to Wandering the Wildwood. We are back here in Trestle Bridge, and I just remembered I got some new rep with Trestle Bridge, and that means I now have a port to Trestle Bridge, in addition to the one I have to the wharf. I am obviously going to need to get a get my travel skills onto a new panel. But I also need to speak with Supervisor Beecher, who I believe is over in this direction. I presume that Beecher is up here on the span. We'll have to see. Well, I do see a quest ring now. Now, is he above the span or below? Oh, he is, of course, below the span, which is good because it looks like it's raining now, and maybe he's under the span and able to get some protection. Not at all. Hello there.
What can I do for you?
Ah, you must be with Woodcutters Brotherhood. We do not have much time. I woke up this morning to inspect the trestle span as I do every morning. Look there on what I found. Do you see hidden orcish canisters? Someone planted these here under the cover of the darkness just the other night. They look to be filled with black powder. I am just glad that they were not yet lit, or there would not be a trestle span here this morning. Find and remove all the black powder sappers around the trestle span for me. Then safely dispose of them however you see fit. Quickly now! We don't know when those who planted the black powder will return. Alright, so find black powder sappers on the trestle bridge. Well, looks like these sappers are getting bigger and bigger every time. I mean, last time we had those tiny little sappers in here. Now we've got big ones. And I would thought that a good idea would be to kick the things under the span, or not under the span, into the water. It's not like black powder is all that effective when it gets wet. Of course, right now the humidity might be a little bit high for it, which I think will work to our advantage. I do wonder at one thing though, and that is, why does the enemy seek to destroy the trestle span? It seems to be one of their most reliable ways into Trestle Bridge in order to conduct their raids. And the people of Trestle Bridge, I think, have their best retreat spot being towards Breland, which is on the same side of the span as their town. So I would think that sabotaging the trestle span will not. Well, okay, it'll hurt the commerce. So, from a commerce disruption point of view, of course, blowing up the span is something. Plant black powder sappers at Norwarden. Well, I suppose that's something to do with it, maybe. Plant them at Norwarden. Oh, well. I think that sounds like a perfect thing to do with them. Do we get to light them afterwards? Though, with all the rain, I suppose. That unless these are really well made sappers that keep the rain from affecting the powder, well, maybe it'll cause it to do all sorts of sputter and all sorts of spit out, not do much anything useful, and do nothing but ruin the powder, which is, by my book, going to be almost as good as a win is blowing up Norwarden. Do we want to blow up Norwarden, or do we want to capture it? No idea. I noticed that we now have this bulletin board with 9 things in there with various things like baiting the traps, copper in the wildwood? Feathers in the wildwood? This is copper in the wildwood. Collect copper ore in the wildwood. Needed copper ore from the wildwood for craft and trade. I will presume that you have to be capable of... Actually, copper wouldn't be a resource in the wildwood. Well, I bet, what if I just take one or two of these just for giggles? And feathers in the wildwood. Collect feathers in the wildwood. We'll see what they are. Now I notice that we do not have these open yet. I have a feeling that these other bulletin boards open up when you reach a certain level of breadth. Now I just need to get to the Norwarden without, of course, being killed by all of these confounded roots that are all over the place, because this place is just filled with roots, and even more roots. It'd be nice if they could make these a little bit friendlier to get by, because it's really intimidating coming through here and having to deal with level 48 ones, especially if you're level 40 and you thought, oh, I can do Wildwood. I am just at the minimum level you need to be at the quest. No problem. Here is Norwarden, and there's a bird. Now, I was wondering if killing these birds get you feathers. I mean, there's some logic of being able to get feathers from birds, right? Yes, I have collected feathers in the wildwood. All right, at least that answers that question. Well, then, I'll remove the thing for the copper. I don't know yet how to get copper. Norwarden, destroying barricades. More barricades? Well, I destroyed barricades in Sudwarden, so why not at Norwarden? And also, of course, defeat foes here. Now, I suspect that... And, of course, I'm going to need to plant a few black powder items here. And kill a few poachers, it looks like. Oh, there are the barricades right over there. And you down? Let's take care of that. Looks like everybody's helping to take down the barricades. Soon there'll be no barricades around. But there is a bear abound in there. Well, that's something to keep track of. Hey, you! Yeah, the ugly poacher. Seen any more barricades I could destroy? Or how about some nice places where I could put some black powder? I think that would be wonderful. Just a nice little message saying, this would be a good place to put black powder. That's the usual type of message I get. Oh, plenty of enemies here. Come on, come all! Destroy the brigands, or whatever these are, that are attacking this place. If they called it Norwarden because they were hoping that there won't be any wardens coming around here, I'm pretty sure somebody else shot that person at the same time. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, I am looking for a nice, wonderful... Oh, this looks like a nice, wonderful place in which to place some black powder. Ooh, one bit of black powder? Yeah, let's go. Let's go and attack the Bjorning. That's... Or is that a Lore Master's pet? More likely a Bjorning. Now, where were we? See, I can't tell the difference between a bear and a Bjorning. How about that? Now, let's see. Any other places where I could... Oh, there's a barricade. Also something useful to deal with. And... Oh! Look, these look like wonderful places to place some black powder. Now, the question is... I presume there's going to be some lighting up. Oh, yeah, yes, I see someone with a torch there. Probably lighting their own bit of black powder because obviously... Oh, let me guess. After I finish this... Oh, okay. Now that automatically went up in flames. Now, what do I need to do? Oh, I still need to. Oh, pick up nearby torch to light the black powder. Well, looks like it already got lit up, but okay. I guess that was somebody else lighting him up. Did somebody else get credit for? Uh-huh. Really? Oh, oh, it's just the display is wrong. Well, that is amusing. Now let's see, what do I do back here? Ah, okay. What you see sometimes. Now, plant black powder at Marl's Crossing. All right, so that's the. I was thinking that was going to send me to Suit Warden in order to get the next bit, but instead it was to go to Marl's Crossing. So let's see if I can find Marl's Crossing then, and maybe I'll pick up a couple more feathers along the way. Oh yes, I did have two more barricades to take care of, and I'm just wondering, why are there barricades up here? You would think that is barricade enough. Oh well. Ah! Ouch. I decided to check out the Trader's Wharf before heading to the next area where I'm going to be putting black powder, and I guess I need to turn in a quest that I had with, beginning with Enid Nestlesting. Hello.
Greetings.
I see that you have accomplished all that I have asked, and with good judgment and knowledge. Do you think you could join the League of the Axe now? No, for you still need to be tested on your skill and your work ethic. The League works as a family. We all take turns repairing our traps, and without them, there would be no League. I ask that you go repair the broken bear traps, fish traps, and sharpened pickaxes scattered throughout Trader's Wharf. If you accomplish all of these tasks well, you will be a member of the League of the Axe. If you fail to repair any, you will only be welcome here to trade with us. So 5 of each. Well, I know that's the usual thing. Let's repair some of these. And now we have a bulletin board here with the same quests that we had over at Trestle Bridge. And here it's asking us to place the feathers that we collected in here. So should we put the... What happens if I put the feathers here? It completes this thing, gives me marks of the wild, and... Interesting. So I completed the quest in the Wildwood, 3 of 10. I've earned 23 silver pieces. I was wondering, is it going to do something that is only for these people? Because it looked like it was a rather neutral thing here, because it gave me marks of the wild, which are used by both of them. Hmm. Oh well. Maybe it gave rep or something like that. It didn't say that you earned any rep for it, because I would have thought it would have done something for this group that it wouldn't do for the other group, if you, depending on where you put it, but nothing there. A fish trap. Oi. There are more traps here than in the inventory of a yellow line hunter. Now just one more trap, and that should take care of that. So what are they going to ask me to do now? Stand on my head and sing or something?
Greetings.
I'm impressed by your skills and all which you have accomplished for us this day. Welcome to the League of the Axe Pine Seed. May you earn our trust in time, and may we all prosper in the Wildwood. All right. And of course, she has quests for me now, and this is
Would you do something for me?
Pineseed. I have an official league task for you. We're worried about a group of ruffians who have recently come to the Wildwood from the nearby Ivendem. They have been spotted north along the Brandywine River. Their purpose here in the Wildwood remains a mystery. I'm asking you to seek out these ruffians, learn why they are here, and drive them out of the Wildwood. They have no claim upon this forest. Well, alright, so find the ruffian campsite. Hmm. And it's it up along, I guess up along the river that way. All right. But I guess I might as well find out what else they need me
Mind
to
to take
do.
a moment of your time?
The League prides itself in the tools we wield. I'm sorry to say that some of the axes around here at Trader's Wharf have seen better days. If you'd like to assist us, I think there's something you can do. There might be some whetstones nearby. Well, I think most of the stones are wet. Oh, whetstones! Okay, yes. They are indeed very good when used for sharpening knives and axes. Would you find some for us get and then give these axes a good sharpen? All right, fine. Find some whetstones and then sharpen the axes. And you?
Could I speak with you a moment?
Yes, we could use all the supplies we can get. I'm not about to level the whole forest just to make some mine of Rittenset safe. We need to make a home for us here in the Wildwood. With that said, the Brandywine River provides a large amount of driftwood just washed up from the banks of the river this morning. Collect it for us, and the League will be grateful. I am sure it will be. Alright, so get some driftwood, and collect some whetstones, and find a brigand camp. What else is new? Let's start out by heading out in this direction and find those whetstones, those brigands, here we go. Driftwood. Now, considering the size of the driftwood I usually see in quests, I was expecting that to be much larger than that. Just saying. Now, is this eventually going to lead me into the camp of the brigands, or do I have to go up there? It made it sound like that the ruffians' campsite was along the shore, but I suppose it could be up the hill also. We'll have to find that out. But maybe the driftwood would lead me to their campsite. Always a possibility. There you go. And since that's still glowing, I'm going to presume that those are going to be the first of the whetstones. Oh, no, it's because I need 10 driftwood, not 5. I was a rather optimistic hobbit for a moment. As for brigand campsites, I don't see one yet, but I do see a few Neeker breakers around here, and those are low-level Neekers to boot. There's a treasure cache here, but I think treasure caches, you need to be a level 90 or some ridiculous level like that. Yeah, level 90. Oh! This brigand campsite! To your luck, the campsite is currently unattended. Oh, except by a couple of Neeker breakers who are a bit low on their level. Well, I could deal with that. I think the reason why it's unattended is because this is technically part of Ivendem and they don't want a... actually, yeah, so this is a level 33 zone here. Campsite. You start to put out the flames. Someone approaches. Oh, hello. Hey, you. Okay, so the brigands that you face are the ones that... Oops. That are lured by whatever you do.
Tell me what you need or move along.
Who do you think you are wrecking my camp? Well, I was about to ask some questions here. Well, I'm not here looking to chop down trees or hunt boar, if that's what you're getting at. Ha! Heard of the Forsaken Tomb? Didn't think so. That's what me and the boys are after. Couldn't tell you more even if I had wanted to. Don't even know where the Forsaken Tomb is. Bah! I told the boss the venture would be worthless. Now get out of here and leave me be. Well, alright. Maybe I could question a few more Tomb Raiders at some point. Now, are there any more of these pieces of driftwood in this direction, or do I have to go the other way? Oh well, back to the wharf. Either this wood is respawning, or I missed some on the way up from the wharf, because, yeah, there's more of it here. So I just need one more piece after that, and I'll be done. Now, unfortunately, I think the whetstones are up there, so that'll be a little while before I get to that. Maybe I can at least finish this quest? Oh, just one little piece? Well, it says that there's another piece of driftwood up here. So obviously, I not only missed one on the way to it, I missed one on the way back. How about that? Oh, Drifty! Where did it drift? Oh, hold on. I think I see it. Now, I can head back to the wharf, at least having completed one of these quests. Oh. I can't count today. Finally, this time I will collect my final piece and back to the wharf. There you go, some driftwood.
What do you need?
This driftwood would do nicely. We should be able to fashion some of this into mining tools. Thank you for assisting the League. You're welcome. There you go. Now that that's done, we've got even more to do. What does this man want? We have to find that out in the next episode of Watering the Wildwood.